Good afternoon, everybody. This is Chef Liz with Better Lifestyle Solutions. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a great day. And today is the day that I'm going to share some tips and tricks of the trade, either a product or a tool or something that I think can benefit or maybe didn't know about. And I wanted to talk today about knives. Because when I first started chefing, I didn't really know that much about knives at all. Different knife manufacturers build their knives with different combinations of steel. So consequently, if you buy a set of knives, it's going to come with something that this is what they call a steel, which then my husband loves to sharpen knives, which then of course, you've seen this, sharpen the knives this way. I don't have time for that. My husband loves to do it, not me. The thing that's great is that that ceramic stone you can use on any different brand of knife. We used to have Chicago knives. I particularly like. I use this as a Santoku. I think it's an 8-inch blade, and for my height and leverage, this works great for me. I really wanted to be good at that big 10-inch chef knife, and it was just too big for me. It just didn't feel comfortable. So that's one thing. If you're looking for a knife, make sure it feels good in your hand, and please don't do this with the finger on top of the blade. Your finger should be like this, okay? Leverage, like that. We'll do maybe a chopping scene one day, so I'm not going to get into too much about the cutting. We're just going to talk about knives. The other thing to know is that a dull knife that's dangerous. A dull knife is dangerous. A sharp knife, less chance you're really going to get hurt. A dull knife, yes. So what I liked is that I found this, and I've had this now it's 15 years I've been personal chefing, and I've had this little baby that long. And these are ceramic wheels. Okay, you can see that these are some little ceramic wheels here and then here. The white ones are more fine, and the brown ones are a little coarser. So you start with this. Now watch how easy this is. I just keep this in my drawer, and then before I start to do anything, it's fold this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if you want. Flip it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. I have seen online that I think you can replace. For 15 years, I have not had to replace these. Now, granted, it's just me doing the cooking, one knife. But this, I'm going to give you the information. This is made by Firestone. And I just checked on Amazon. And it's interesting because there's two particular, they're both, what I can tell, they look identical. One is $40 and something cents. And it's, I think, actually from the Firestone site. I'm not sure. But then the one right below it, which is Amazon's choice, is a McGowan Firestone. Looks exactly like this. So I think, and it's $17.13. I mean, this is such a handy tool. And what's good with the ceramic sharpen with these stones, it will work on any kind of knife that you have. That's what's nice. It's universal. It doesn't matter like, oh, I can't do my Chicago knives with that steel because that won't work. I mean, that's just too complicated. Keep it simple. So this works really well. It's my favorite. Now, we also have an electric knife sharpener, and this does work great. And my husband, every now and then, of course, in his drawer, there's like, I don't know, 12, 15 knives. It's like, really? How many do you need? Well, whatever. And like he even uses them that much. But, he likes them. It's fine. And every now and then he'll go, I'm going to get all out of the knives and sharpen them. Okay. Sounds good, honey. So this is a Edge Select 120. And I also looked on Amazon for this too. It's made by Chef's Choice. And it's electric. There's a section here which has this little guard, and it has instructions saying only use this if they're really chipped. And what it is because it's electric, and I'm not going to plug it in and run it. You understand how this would work. You would just put the knife on either side, and it would hone it, go back and forth. Same thing. So usually you would start with number 2 if it wasn't like chipped and really bad. and then you would go to number 3 for the final. Just like the brown disc on this would be for the first time, and then the white would be for the third. So this is, I just think that when you're in the kitchen, make sure you have a good knife, something that feels good in your hand. And another trick, you don't really need a whole ton of knives. I mean, I like my chef knife. I've got like a little paring knife. I've got a serrated small potato knife. I love that for slicing tomatoes. And then, of course, you need a nice serrated knife for that delicious bread. So I hope that maybe this has been a little bit of extra information. Oh, I'm sorry. The Chef's Choice 120 Diamond Hone, and I looked it up. It's $119.76 on Amazon Prime. So I would suggest, if you don't have something that you're really, feeling good about with sharpening your knives, I really highly recommend this little baby. It's great. And I noticed too, when I was scrolling and finding information on the Chef's Choice, looks like there's other versions that are similar to this Firestone that might be ceramic as well. But if you're unsure, one thing that you know is with the ceramic stones, they'll work on any blade, any metal combination. Because I guess, the different knife manufacturers have different combinations of their alloy, metal, whatever, that makes a knife. So that's all I have for today. I hope maybe you learned a little bit. Oh, hi, Tracy Reinhold. Hi, Jacques. It's so nice when I don't have my little lights around the camera. I can see who's watching. Thanks for watching, girls. And I look forward to Friday. I'm not sure it's going to be some sort of something helpful. And I hope that this gave you a little bit of information. And also, if you have any tricks of the trade, or if there's something that in particular you would like to, hi Jacques, that you would like to see me talk about, or you have questions about, please feel free to make a comment. And I'm also going to say this because I've watched other people that do lives. If you're watching the replay, because I know that a lot of people do later, that please feel free. Comment in there, ask questions. If there's something in specific that would like to see me talk about, I'd love to hear from you. So have a wonderful, wonderful, hi Sarah, hi Steve. Oh, this is fun. I've never, I can actually see people that are on there. This is cute. So have a great, great rest of your afternoon, everybody. And remember, be careful with your knife. Don't cut with your finger up here. My mother does this all the time. It drives me crazy. Always keep your hands down. Your finger down. Alrighty. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and don't forget, live better. See you later. See you Friday. Bye-bye.